You're looking live this morning at the Kennedy Space Center. What a sight. It is majestic indeed. Artemis 2 is NASA's first crewed mission to the moon in over 50 years, set to launch tomorrow evening, God willing. A historic 10-day flight will send 4 astronauts on this journey around the moon and back. It is a fact-finding mission for sure. For more, let's bring in former NASA astronaut and former commander at the International Space Station. Plus, he is the author. Let's take a look at his book, Dinner with an Astronaut. It is out in June. I look forward to reading that, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Nice to see you. So why are we going back to the moon? And why is it important for us to get there?
Sure. This exploration program was originally started in 2004 after the Space Shuttle Columbia accident, and it's gone through different changes and iterations, name changes, hardware changes, and here we are finally ready to launch the first astronauts back out of lunar or out of Earth orbit. And so it's important for a couple of reasons. Number one, there are a number of scientific reasons to continue exploring the moon after this long hiatus. And number two, it's a stepping stone for sending humans to Mars. The moon is a great place to test and develop your hardware, train astronauts even. And the reason you do it there, because it's a realistic environment similar to Mars, but it's only 3 or 4 days away as opposed to 6 months away if you need to get your crew back.
Yeah, well, and we'll talk about the safety issues. There are some concerns this morning here in just a minute, but it was an extraordinary interview. NASA carried it this past weekend of the 4 astronauts talking. They're in quarantine right now. They talked about the mission and really switching seats mid-mission and backing one another up. Commander, how does that work and why? Why the redundancy?
Sure. Well, crews back each other up for all critical operations. You know, you want to have a second set of eyes at least going through and making sure you don't miss a step in the procedures, or if there's a malfunction, then you have someone else helping you out with a checklist. And, you know, the main purpose of this mission is to really wring out the Orion capsule, the spacecraft, and test its life support system with astronauts on board, thermal control, communications, all of that. And especially, you know, at distance, you know, way far away from the Earth and the moon. In fact, as I believe you pointed out, these will be the first astronauts to travel the farthest from the Earth, even farther than the Apollo astronauts. And they're going to do a free return. That is, they're going to use the moon's gravity to pull them back out around and towards the Earth. And so it's going to be an exciting mission.
In the press conference over the weekend, there was talk about potential dangers of the mission. They were discussing the point of no return. And the mission specialist in charge of keeping things running on time started talking about the safety steps that are in place. Watch this clip and let's get you on the other side.
There is actually a technical answer to your question, and it involves our spacesuits, because our suits are not only suits, they are survival systems. They have been designed to keep us alive in the case of a cabin leak for up to 144 hours, 6 days. And what that means is the entire mission, including our abort options, have also been designed around that 6-day mark. So as long as we can get back in 6 days, we can take an abort option, we could continue around the moon. So that's really, I think, the more technical answer to your question.
It's just remarkable to think about, and I can't imagine what's going through your mind, because so much of your work on the ISS is now feeding this mission, right? You learn from every single mission, and the last time we were on the moon, and then even to think about the spacesuits, how much more advanced they are today. Nonetheless, Commander, there are critical concerns this morning about this mission launching. What are they, and what are they concerned about? What are they doing right now to double check and recheck everything?
I think the biggest thing on everyone's mind is the heat shield. I mean, after Artemis 1 launched over 3 years ago, it came back and engineers were shocked and surprised to see how much damage the heat shield sustained on coming back to Earth. And so that's why it's taken so long to prepare Artemis 2 for launch. The technical people at NASA and the contractors are working very hard on this, and they believe they've got their arms around the problem. They've redesigned the reentry trajectory, and so it's taken this long to get that heat shield, the confidence in that the heat shield is going to be okay. Now, I should point out, even if there were astronauts on board Artemis 1, they would have come back safely. But, NASA and spaceflight, you like to have a little more margin and redundancy. That's the biggest concern. All the other systems have been exercised to some degree on Artemis 1. board Orion, but this time we're going to have real humans on board, really, putting the spacecraft through its paces. So there's risk in everything. There's, and astronauts, we've all done the risk-reward balance. Most of us have wanted to be astronauts since we were kids. So, we're very comfortable getting on board a spacecraft.
Well, heat shield seems to have always been the critical issue, and certainly has been, the fatal conclusion for other missions in the past, tragically. So we got to get that right. We'll be watching closely, as I know you will as well. Former NASA astronaut Leroy Chiao, also the author of a brand new book out, Dinner with an Astronaut. It's out in June, actually, so we'll be looking for that, sir. Commander, great to have you on as always. Hope to have you back.
Thank you very much.